On its opening weekend, the Stephen King adaptation It broke multiple box office records when it pulled in $123 million, the biggest ever September opening for a film, horror or otherwise. We can't ignore the impressive performances from the young cast and, of course, the film's terrifying demon clown. Let's take a closer look at this group of fictional misfits and the talented young actors who brought their characters to life on the big screen. Jaeden Lieberher. Before landing a starring role in It as Bill Denbrough, actor Jaeden Lieberher started his acting career with appearances in commercial spots as a talented 8-year-old with no professional training. He was soon being cast in films, appearing in St. Vincent with Bill Murray, Playing It Cool, and Aloha before getting his first starring role in the 2016 science fiction film Midnight Special. You may also recognize Lieberher from his recurring role as Johnny Masters in the Showtime period drama series Masters of Sex. Jackson Robert Scott. Georgie Denbrough is Bill's cheerful and innocent 7-year-old younger brother. And, well, we all know what happens to Georgie. At only 8 years old, Jackson Robert Scott's budding acting career is just beginning. Before appearing as Georgie in It, he also had single-episode roles in the television shows Criminal Minds in 2015 and Fear the Walking Dead in 2017. Sophia Lillis. As the sole female in the Losers Club, Bev Marsh is an obvious target for the boys' adolescent crushes, and every member of the club harbors feelings for her at one point or another. Sophia Lillis started off her acting career with appearances in several small-budget shorts and feature films, including A Midsummer Night's Dream, 37, and The Garden. In addition to It, you can spot her this year in a role as the younger version of the lead character in an episode of the upcoming HBO series Sharp Objects. Jeremy Ray Taylor. Ben Hanscom is smart and extremely talented when it comes to inventing and engineering, but because of his weight, he's frequently targeted by town bully Henry Bowers and his gang of cronies. Before being bullied in It, Jeremy Ray Taylor portrayed a bully himself in the 2015 superhero movie Ant-Man. He's also had parts in 42, Good Behavior, and Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip. Finn Wolfhard. Richie Tozier has a tendency to chatter incessantly and an overwhelming amount of bravado for his age, alongside a considerable vocabulary of curse words at his disposal, which duly earns him the nickname Trash Mouth. Of all the Losers Club cast, Finn Wolfhard is perhaps the most easily recognizable due to his leading role as Mike Wheeler in the hit Netflix series Stranger Things. In addition to that role, Wolfhard has also appeared in The 100 and Supernatural, as well as directing and starring in the music video for the song Sonora from Spend Time Palace. His next project will be as the voice of the primary player character in the upcoming Netflix animated series Carmen Sandiego. Jack Dylan Grazer. Where Richie is filled with bravado and appears fearless, Eddie seems terrified of everything.
Have you ever heard of a staph infection?
Due to his overbearing mother, Eddie is a chronic hypochondriac, afraid of his own shadow and clutching his asthma inhaler like a holy relic to ward off evil. As the nephew of Hollywood producer Brian Grazer, Jack Dylan Grazer's talents run in the family. He made his first appearance in 2014 on an episode of The Greatest Event in Television History, followed by roles in Comedy Bang Bang, Tales of Halloween, and Scales, Mermaids Are Real. Following It, Grazer can be seen in the CBS comedy series Me, Myself, and I. Chosen Jacobs. Mike serves as an unofficial historian for the group, helping them connect the dots between events in Derry's past, like the fire at the Black Spot, the Bradley Gang shootout, and the mass murder at the Silver Dollar. Chosen Jacobs started his career as a musician in Atlanta, and after moving to California, he landed his first acting role at age 13 in a commercial for Hot Wheels. After being cast as Will Grover in the CBS police drama series Hawaii Five-0, he landed his breakout role as Mike Hanlon in It with only a single audition. Wyatt Oleff. Stan is a bit eccentric, and his Jewish heritage paired with his bird-calling hobby make him a natural target for Henry Bowers and his gang. A pragmatic and logical boy, Stan's sound reasoning helps the Losers Club on more than one occasion. Of all the Losers Club cast, Wyatt Oleff has the longest list of acting credits, with roles going back to 2012. He appeared in television shows like Once Upon a Time, Shake It Up, and Scorpion, and you might recognize him from his role as a young Peter Quill in both Guardians of the Galaxy films. Nicholas Hamilton. Henry Bowers leads a gang of high school kids on a campaign of torment aimed at various members of the Losers Club. Ben Hanscom and Mike Hanlon in particular, it's all downhill from there. It wasn't the only Stephen King adaptation to feature Australian actor Nicholas Hamilton in 2017. He also appeared as Lucas Hansen in The Dark Tower, and he's racked up an impressive list of roles in his short acting career, including parts in the Australian television series Wanted, the feature film Strangerland, and Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen. Owen Teague. Patrick Hockstetter is a psychopathic high schooler who likes to lock small animals inside an abandoned refrigerator until they die, which makes him a perfect fit for Henry Bauer's gang. Owen Teague made quite a few appearances in television shows and films before landing the part of the psychopathic Patrick. You may recognize him as the young version of Walt Disney in the 2015 film Walt Before Mickey, from other movies like Echoes of War, or the 2016 adaptation of another Stephen King tale, Cell. Additionally, Teague played the role of Nolan Rayburn in over 20 episodes of the Netflix original thriller series Bloodline. Jake Sim. Although Reginald Belch Huggins isn't the brightest crayon in the box, his size, strength, and loyalty make him a valuable asset to Henry Bauer's crew. Jake Sim's acting career really got going in 2010 when he landed a voice role as Tommy Tibble in the animated series Arthur. He also provided his voice talent to another animated children's show, Stella and Sam, in 2013. On screen, Sim has had roles in several other shows, including The Amazing Gail Pyle and Raising Expectations. Bill Skarsgard. At age 27, Bill Skarsgard is definitely not one of the kids from It, but the terror and suspense of the movie rests squarely on his colorful shoulders as Pennywise. Before taking on the role that Tim Curry made famous in 1990, Swedish actor Bill Skarsgard appeared in a number of films and television shows, starting with roles in primarily Swedish productions like Simple Simon, before transitioning to English-language feature films and shows like Hemlock Grove, Atomic Blonde, and Allegiant, although he'll presumably be back for the sequel. Skarsgard's next project is a recurring role in the upcoming Hulu original series Castle Rock, also based on the works of Stephen King. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.